morning of August 6th, just after 8, was deceptively beautiful in our small village, nestled in a valley near a bustling city in the east. My name is Kenji. I was humming a lullaby to Sakura, my daughter, as she ate her rice. My wife, Hana, was already out, tending our small vegetable patch. The air was crisp, the cherry blossoms just hinting at their spring glory. Life was simple, fragile, and utterly precious. Then came the flash. It was 8:15 a.m. Not a light you could look at. It was an explosion of pure, searing white, burning through the windows, scorching my eyes even through closed lids. A second later, the roar hit, a monstrous, tearing sound that ripped through the very ground beneath us. Our wooden house bucked and splintered like a toy. I remember clutching Sakura, covering her with my body as timbers shrieked and plaster rained down. The world became a deafening crush, then a chilling silence, punctuated only by Sakura's terrified whimpers. We crawled out from the wreckage, Hana appearing from the dust cloud, her face chalk white, a deep gash bleeding from her forehead. Sakura was sobbing, clutching my leg. The sky, moments ago a soft blue, was an angry, bruised purple, swirling with a gritty black smoke that smelled like burnt earth and something acrid, indescribable. We didn't know the full truth then, but we understood one chilling thing: our world was utterly, irreversibly broken by an unseen hand. The true horror began in the days that followed. The ash fell relentlessly, dusting everything in a funereal gray. This was the infamous black rain that came after the initial blast, carrying its toxic burden. The sun vanished, replaced by a perpetual, dim twilight. The temperature plummeted, biting, unnatural cold, even as the calendar promised summer. We huddled together, shivering under every blanket, our breaths fogging in the air. This was our grim, localized nuclear winter. The very air had been poisoned, the light stolen, the natural order overthrown. Food, clean water, and an invisible sickness became our tormentors. Our rice paddy was a wasteland of ash. The river, our lifeblood, turned thick and toxic. People in neighboring hamlets, those who hadn't been vaporized or crushed, started to sicken. Their hair fell out in clumps, their skin blistered, and they wasted away. We saw too many good people succumb to the unseen fire of radiation sickness, a cruel, silent punishment for a crime they never committed. Hana and I knew we couldn't rely on scavenging contaminated supplies from the city. The lingering poison was everywhere. My late grandfather, a man of the earth, had always spoken of hidden resilience, forgotten knowledge of survival. He'd taught me about potatoes, how they could survive cold, grow in poor soil, and store energy underground. He spoke of mushrooms, too, the safe ones, that sprouted mysteriously from decaying wood, pulling sustenance from the most unlikely places. These memories became our desperate lifeline. A desperate search, a stubborn earth, 1946, 1950s. Driven by a hunger that gnawed at our insides, we ventured into the twisted, blackened forests. The air was thin, cold, and heavy with ash. It was a silent, desperate hunt. We cautiously identified and dug for hardy, deep-rooted wild potatoes that, miraculously, still clung to life in sheltered, less irradiated pockets of earth. They were small, gnarled things, but packed with life. We searched for specific types of wild mushrooms, the edible ones my grandfather had meticulously described, growing on fallen logs, their strange forms a testament to life's tenacity amidst such desolation. Each find was a tiny victory, celebrated with hushed gratitude, a defiance against the forces that sought to starve us. Hana, with an almost defiant spirit, focused on cultivation. She found a small, sheltered depression behind our ruined home, less exposed to the ashfall. Using purified rainwater collected in scavenged barrels, she planted the eyes from our meager potato harvest, burying them deep. She remembered her grandmother's art of fermentation, meticulously preparing dried soybeans with scavenged salt to make a rough miso, and pickling what few root vegetables we could find. These ancient methods became our vital source of nutrients and preservation, our desperate gamble against a future that promised nothing. Life was a constant, brutal struggle. The initial extreme cold began to ease by spring 1946, but the climate remained unpredictable, scarred by the global event. The atmosphere had been irrevocably altered, leading to strange weather patterns: sudden, intense storms followed by long, dry spells. The invisible threat of radiation remained, a silent fear we lived with every moment, knowing its silent damage could appear years, even decades later. Then, in the early 1950s, a new, terrifying phenomenon occurred. The sky shimmered with an unusual intensity. Our salvaged Geiger counter, which we used to check radiation levels, went wild. It wasn't another weapon, it was a massive solar eruption, a powerful burst from the sun. The effects were immediate and terrifying. Our old, scavenged radio, our last desperate link to any outside signal, died with a final crackle. Compasses spun wildly. Any remaining electronics sputtered into silence. The Earth's magnetic field was in chaos, severing all global communication, leaving us truly isolated. This unprecedented solar storm added another layer of unpredictability to the already warped climate. Wild temperature swings, erratic winds, and strange, luminous dust storms. It was terrifying, yet ironically, it also caused unpredictable shifts in the spread of residual radiation, creating some pockets of slightly less hostile land over time, a cruel game of chance. We had no choice but to adapt. Our survival depended entirely on the resilient food sources we're painstakingly cultivated and foraged. We learned to preserve everything, drying wild meat, pickling roots, fermenting the few wild grains we found. Our diet was monotonous, but it was ours, wrested from the ravaged land by our ingenuity and the Earth's stubborn will to provide. A new beginning in the ash, 1960s present, years passed. The initial unbearable cold of the nuclear winter slowly eased, replaced by a new, unpredictable climate marked by extreme heat waves followed by sudden, freezing snaps. The atmosphere was irrevocably changed, creating fierce, unseasonal storms. Yet, life, impossibly, persisted. Sakura, now a strong young woman in the 1960s, was capable. She knew every hidden patch of wild potato, every safe mushroom grove. Our small, hidden garden, nurtured through years of sheer will, yielded just enough to sustain us. We were lean, weathered, marked by the ashes of the past, but healthy we survived. Our village was gone, a silent ruin. We were the last family left in our immediate area, an island of defiant life in a broken world. We had faced the unimaginable, the blast on August 6th, the prolonged, suffocating nuclear winter, the insidious threat of radiation, which continued to be a concern for decades, with illnesses like leukemia peaking years after the bombing, and the chaos of solar eruptions that ripped away our last vestiges of technology. But we had conquered it, not with technology or grand plans, but with something far more fundamental: the Earth's tenacious ability to yield resilient food and our unwavering commitment to each other. Every meal of tough potatoes, earthy mushrooms, and pickled vegetables was a victory. It was a testament to our will to live, to the ancient knowledge passed down through generations, and to the unbreakable bond of our family. We were the last harvest, growing stronger in the desolate fields of a new world, a testament to the enduring power of life. And for what? For a choice made in a moment, leaving generations to pay the price. Yet we chose to live.